Good morning. I'm Gail Anderson. This is Mentoring Moments for Moms. Nice to have you join us today. If you're watching the replay, thank you so much. Really appreciate you just listening and being a part of what we're doing. I love to have you on here live because it's so much fun to get feedback from all of you. So I like to get on a few times a week, just talk about things that confront moms, issues that you deal with, things that will make your momhood more enjoyable, things that you can do just to feel more fulfilled as a mom. So I missed on Friday, but I'm here today. And if you want to be more fulfilled as a mom, I want to express to you that taking time to play with your kids is one of the main ways that you can do that. Now, we as moms have this huge laundry list of things to do. So much to do, right? Appreciate those hearts. If you like what I'm talking about today, please tap on the screen, give me some hearts. I enjoy getting feedback from all of you, but we have so much to do as a mom with being in charge of the household and cleaning and errands and cooking and shopping and everything. Yes, never ever enough time. And so we often put our kids at the bottom of that list. We're expecting them just to totally entertain themselves and for us to get our stuff done. And as a mom, I have found that it's more fulfilling to actually sow some time into the kids, especially earlier in the day. And I'm talking basically preschoolers, or if it's in summer and you have your kids home, then you've got all ages kids at home. But it's real easy to plan big outings, big events, and just save up for those things and then do them and think, okay, that's going to make my kids feel fulfilled. That's going to make them feel that I love them. And then you don't do anything again for another month. Well, how about just spending some time with them at home, actually sitting down and playing with them, helping them to stay entertained at home. Now, we are prioritizing them by doing that. We are sewing into them. We're helping them to feel that we love them and that they're important. So, how do they use their toys? Do you know we hand kids toys and just expect them to go on and figure out what to do with them? But if we as parents sit down, spend a little bit of time with our kids, showing them how to play with that, bouncing new ideas of new ways to use things, they're going to get more creative and have more fun with their toys. Now, one of the most fun things that I've seen recently is my little, almost 3-year-old granddaughter takes a stool and turns it over, and there's little crossways boxes in the underneath part of the seat of the stool. And this is just a, 18-inch high stool. So she turns it over. She's got all these little squares. Then she takes her rocks. She loves smooth rocks. So when she's out exploring or over at my house, she's picking up little smooth rocks. She takes her rocks and puts them in the little boxes on the bottom of the stool. She makes shapes, she counts. Boy, we could play tic-tac-toe with that. Something completely creative and different. And we can help stimulate that in our kids if we just sit down and play with them. Sometimes it can seem boring. We're sitting there thinking of all the things we have to do. Or we're sitting there on our phones. Oh, we've got to be working at this, or looking at Facebook, or checking in, texting with our friends. But you know what? That would be the time, if you really want to focus on your kids, to put your phone away, to actually sow some time into them and enjoy that. Reinforce the way they're using the toys, especially if they're using them in the way they were created or new ways. Just tell them how great it is. Wow, what a neat idea. Let's do that again. What else can we do with this toy? And build some different things that they can do. Now, when we spend time with our kids, especially earlier in the day, what I always found with my brood of 5 was that they were more willing to spend time playing later on by themselves. 1, they know how to use the toys, they know how to be creative with them, but 2, they feel as though mom has put time into them, has had time with them, so they are more willing to do something on their own. It is amazing. Now, I have a teaching background. I love teaching. It is so much fun. So I kind of approach everything from a teaching standpoint. One of the things I like to teach my young preschoolers when I have them, or grandkids, is to use one toy at a time. Now that's kind of rough, but it's you use one toy and then you put it away and take out another one. So when you're there with them playing, you're helping to reinforce that. That means that you also have a place to put things away. Now, when I grew up, my younger brothers and sisters went to a Montessori school, which was fantastic. They always reinforced that one toy at a time. Good for all ages, very well. And actually put things away when you're done. I know that's a hard thing for me. If you put things away when you're done, then you won't have such a mess on your hands. At Montessori, they had everything on shelves, and they had an outline on the shelf of what went there. Now, we as moms aren't going to do that. We may have certain things that go on shelves, like books or big trucks, but we at least have to have a spot for things to go. That might even mean a toy box. It doesn't make any difference as long as there's a place to put things away and that they know where those places are. So when we're taking time to play with them, then we can show them where to put things away. We can teach them, whoops, one toy at a time. Let's put away this truck before we take that out. Oh yes, we want to play with that doll. Hey, let's put this away first. Let's pick up this game. Let's put those Legos away and then we'll play with the doll. So you're teaching them all the time that you're playing with them. Now, if you weren't taking the time to spend with them, then they're not learning this. So this is your opportunity to teach them how to do those things. One toy at a time is a fantastic, fantastic rule that I picked up years ago. And I love it that my grandkids will pick up on that. They'll be like, oh, one toy at a time, I got to put this away. So fun to hear them almost correcting themselves. I've got to put that away. So there always has to be a formal cleanup time. And if you're actually using things like Legos or big things like that, then of course you want to have a major time to clean up. Often, if your kids are at school or preschool or nursery school or Sunday school, they'll have a cleanup time with a song. So come up with a song that you've heard or another song where you can sing while you're cleaning up. You make it a happy time. You make it something that you're working with them together on. This is when they're young. And then you're getting to the point where when they're 4 years old, you can say, okay, time for cleanup. Turn on the song and they will do the cleanup themselves. And lots of praise doing all this stuff. It makes it so much fun doing that. Another thing that I like to do is set the timer and say, hey, let's see if we can get all this cleaned up before the timer goes off. You set the timer for 5, 6, 7, 10 minutes, whatever, and you see if you can clean up and get it done before the timer goes off. Can we get this done before the song is over? Have everything cleaned up. So much fun. Also teach them to look at the room and find what's out of place. Okay, is there anything else in here that needs cleaned up? Let's say we're cleaning up rooms today because they get out of order. Go in the room with the 2 kids asleep there and say, okay, who can find 3 things out of place? And they go around their room, try and find pillows, try and find toys, anything that's out of place. Make it a game. Make it something that's fun so that they want to do it, almost like a competition. And also, always praise them. I can't say that enough. So there are lots and lots of things you can do with toys. You can do all kinds of creative things. You can sit down and color with your kids. You can have tea time, especially with the girls. We used to call it tea and crumpets. Anything was tea and anything was crumpets, but that was our time together. Or you can just build and create and play with the toys that they have. But you know, this will build that independent playtime in your kids. It will also build in them more cooperation with you, especially if you've had time with them to play as well as to clean up. And you know what? I really believe that you will find more fulfillment as a mom if you are doing this. So ladies, have a great day and take some time today to play with your kids and have fun with them and be more fulfilled as a mom. I'm Gail Anderson. This is Mentoring Moments for Moms. Thanks so much for joining us. You are welcome. Have an awesome day.